What's up, my raw babes? And today I'm giving you very much raw. So off camera, we're just gonna jump right into it. So off camera, I wiped down her face with Noxzema wipes. You guys already know my prepping if you watch my previous YouTube videos. But I start off the eyebrows with applying some dual lash glue on her brows and using a spoolie just to brush her eyebrow hairs in place. This is a good technique because you'll see a complete different look with your brows and lay down the hairs. And also it's easy to fill in. So the pencil I am using is from Revlon Colorstay in the shade dark brown. You can get this from any drugstore. I love it so much. So with filling in the brow, you will start to be very light-handedly when doing the brows and filling it in, because for the brows, you want to have that natural brow. You're just enhancing the brow. So when it comes to the front of the brow, try to do a little stroke of little fake hairs just so you can avoid that boxy brow. To shape out her brows, I'll be doing it with the CoverGirl concealer in the shade Bronze and Golden Caramel. I love using CoverGirl concealers to shape out brows, and they're also good for regular concealer, but they're very matte. With concealing and shaping out the top of the brow, you will start more above and then you will work your way down closer to the eyebrow hairs just to avoid that big brow. And because this is a matte concealer, you will begin to start blending out that concealer before it dries down. Also, it will be the same method as when I explained to you guys how to shape out the top of the brow. It will be the same for the bottom. You will start a little lower and then you will also work yourself up and conceal closer to the brow arch. Set her lids, I will be using the Airspun translucent setting powder. Using this setting powder is to avoid any creases when it comes to the shadow. You can apply any type of brown. I went in with the Studio Fix by MAC in the shade NW55, but any brown to your liking is good. on live recently on my Instagram. You can go follow that at LashaysGlamz as well. And the people on my live was like, girl, the lashes you use called I Envy Luxury Mink 3Ds are bomb. You can get that from any hair store if they have those, but these are the ones that I used today for this look. Dual lash glue along her lash line, and also put dual lash glue on the lash. While that is drying, I will be starting to prep and hydrate the face with some Pond's moisturizer. Then I'll apply some Master Prime Primer from Maybelline. Now it's time to get prepared for foundation. I went in with my Juvias Place in the shade 380 Gabon, and I love this foundation. It's very full coverage. I wanted to use less makeup because this is a soft glam to me. This is a naked beat. So I applied that foundation all over her face using the Wet n Wild flat brush. You can use any type of brush, and I blended that foundation in with a Real Technique brush. Juvias Place is very full coverage. I recommend this foundation to all. I don't use their concealers because it's a little on the watery side and I like more of a matte finish. But their foundations are amazing. It covers everything and it's only $20. You guys can get that from Ulta as well. Foundation supposed to be your exact skin tone. So for her skin tone, I match her neck and her chest. After applying her lashes, I went in with some Born This Way in the shade Chestnut, and I applied a little bit of concealer, you guys. I know you guys were like, ooh, she applied a little bit, because really, I applied 2 concealers. I applied more concealer than foundation, so this was very more on the light side for me, which would give you also that pretty light finish, but this is a very full coverage concealer. I love Born This Way. It's amazing. Remember, concealer is supposed to be 1 shade or 2 shades lighter than your original skin tone. You will apply the concealer under her eye, the bridge of her nose, her forehead, and also her chin. I'm blending all that out with a Real Technique Beauty Blender. The cream contour I'll be using is from Black Opal, the foundation stick in the shade Ebony Brown. With the contour, it will be 1 shade or 2 shades darker than your original skin tone. You will put that contour on your cheekbones, the side of the bridges of your nose, and your forehead. Now it's time to contour that nose, and you'll just blend out that contour and bring it along the beginning of her eyebrow just to get a more structured look for the nose contour. Make sure you blend out everything and everything is smooth before you start applying your finishing powder. Now we will bake the face with Sasha Buttercup in the shade Banana. Y'all know I love Sasha Buttercup. So I have 2 techniques of applying the setting powder. Sometimes I'll apply it with a damp beauty blender. Sometimes I'll apply it with a setting brush from Real Technique. It gives off the same finish. It's wherever mood you are in. So I will apply that finishing powder under her eye, the bridge of her nose, her forehead, the side of her lips, you know, just to avoid any smile creases, or also on her chin. So wherever you put your concealer is where you will be setting that powder in. So now you'll be contouring, and with contour I'm using the same shade that I used for her eyelid, which is the Studio Fix in the shade NW55, which is 1 shade or 2 shades darker than her skin tone. I use cream contour, and also I use powder contour. So at this point, you guys, when I said in the last video, do not feel discouraged when you get to this point, because it will look crazy, but you have to trust the process. It's only looking ashy because you also use powders at this time, but when you set it all in, honey, it's gonna come together. So I will apply some blush from Juvias Place. I'll apply that right a little above or on her contour, just to hue up the face a little more. Try not to bring the blush too up or too down. You want to keep that face structured and the cheekbones in place. Off camera, I apply a liner under her eye. You can use any type of black liner. And also to define the liner, I went in with the e.l.f. liquid liner just in the corner of her eye and also under her eye. Now I'll be lining her cheekbones with some Sasha Buttercup, and this also helps set the remaining of the face. And I went in with the Morphe liner in the shade Trendsetter. I love their lip liners so much. So I gave you guys the makeup hack in the last video. Makeup artists use concealer sometimes when you can't find a very pretty nude shade and a lipstick. So this concealer is from L'Oreal in the shade Caramel, and I just applied that in the middle of her lips, and also applied a gloss, a clear gloss from the hair store, right on top of that. Sorry you guys, I have a new setup for my camera, so I couldn't really see what I was doing. But the Studio Fix powders by MAC, like I already told you guys, I love the filter it brings to the look. I used NC50 and also NW45. Sorry you guys for stuttering. And I just went along and pat in right under the eye, on her bridge of her nose, her forehead, her chin, and I also blended out the remaining of her face. After all that blending, sometimes the hue of the blush will fade away, so you guys can always come back and add a little bit more blush. I love my blush, honey. So right after, I'll be going over with the Milani Make It Last 16-hour finishing spray, and as I spray her down, honey, she was just melting. All that ashiness just fades away, so no more worries. So right now, I'll be applying also some Milani highlighter in the shade 04. And also I will be using a Milani brush that I use for her cheeks. This one right here. Yeah, that one. And I also use a smaller Morphe brush. I will put it right here. Just to apply that highlighter in the small places like her eyebrow bone and also her nose structure. You guys can see right here I use mascara on her bottom lashes, and that's the trick I can use for you guys. I go under with a little small paper just so the mascara won't get on her skin, because you know y'all hate when that happens. I hate it too. So you guys, that's the finishing look. This is a natural naked beat. To me, this is beginner. You guys can learn anything. This is very beginner. This is raw, okay? So I love this look so much. I thank you guys for supporting. You guys have been requesting this look for the longest. Y'all, we're about to hit 1 mil on the video, not on this video, but you know, if you go look at my other YouTube tutorials. I love you guys, my raw babe gang. We're raw, okay? You guys can go check out my Instagram at LashaysGlamz as well. I go live every single week. I do live tutorials. I talk to you guys, get to know you guys. I love you guys so much. If you like this video, hit that big thumbs up, subscribe, share the video, comment. you know, I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. This glam is raw. If you need any more help, you can DM me. I'll answer back. And period, we're raw. And love you guys. Thanks for watching. Mwah.